Hey everyone, and welcome to the third episode of my HTML series. And today we're going to be making a portfolio. So today I was going to explain some HTML tags, but then I got this idea. So we're going to be making a project in HTML, and then when we reach CSS, we're going to make the CSS for that project and then the JavaScript, and then we'll continue throughout this series with the same project and develop it from start to the end. So today we're going to be making a portfolio. Let's see how that will go. All right, so today we're going to start making our project for this series, which is a portfolio. And in this episode, we'll learn about the structure and start building it. Why do we need a portfolio? The first reason is to showcase your skills. Either you're a coder or a designer, you'll need that to show your skills to people. Second reason is to showcase some of your best projects to your potential clients or employers. The third reason is to give an impression about yourself and your personality with the theme that you choose and the styles that you apply on your portfolio and the way you lay it down. So the basic structure of this portfolio that we'll be making looks like this. So we have a header, then an introduction section, and then the project section, a contact section where we'll be putting a form, and then a footer. So in the header, you put something like a line or two or a banner or something eye-catchy, and we'll be laying this structure down today, and then we'll dive deeper into each section in the coming courses with more about HTML. So let's start making this basic structure, and then we'll be making the header. So I've created an empty folder, named it portfolio, so let's open that VS Code. After we do that, I would click here and create a file named index.html. And as we said before, this is the first file that should be in your project. After that, I'm gonna start writing the HTML. So the first thing we should do in here is to declare a doc type and tell the browser that we're gonna be using HTML5. So this is how we make the doc type, and then HTML. We close it in here. The second thing we should do after the doc type is the main element, which is the HTML. So in here, I would write HTML, then I do this and I close the tag. And then inside the HTML, we should have a head. And then after the head, we'll have a body. Right? So inside the head is the element that will contain all the data and info about the page. So that would contain something called a title and metadata. We won't worry about metadata in this episode, but we'll worry about the title because it's what will show on the tab of your browser. So the title will be my portfolio, and then if we save and we check this on the browser, it will give us this result. So there's nothing on the page, but we have a tab saying my portfolio, and this is saying my portfolio because we wrote it on here. If we add an exclamation mark in here and we save, we'll see that in here. All right, so now what goes in the body will be displayed on the web page. If we go back to our schema in here, we first have the header, and the HTML, the semantic HTML element for that is header. In that header, we can style it however we want, but in here, let's say we want to add a line, which is, let's say, an H1, which will be the title of our web page, and let's say your name, which will be your name later, and then a developer, welcome to my portfolio. Then we save and we go back to Chrome, and here we have our H1 inside the head. If we inspect that and we close this and we check in here, as we see, we have a header element, and inside it we have an H1 element which has this text. All right, so the header is a semantic element that should be the header of your page. Inside the header also you can have a nav, which is a navigation. So the nav is a semantic HTML element used for nav bars. And the way we can set up a navigation is to add an unordered list inside the nav. So here is our unordered list. And the unordered list will have list items or LIs like this. Each LI will have an anchor element like this. The anchor element will have an attribute named href, and this attribute is used to make this anchor point to whatever you put in here. For example, when you put this sign in here, it won't point to anything, but you can put like a URL or anything in here and it will point to what you write in there. So this will be for home, and then we need a few more. This will be for the about section, the project section, and then the contact section. If we save, we check Chrome, and this is how it will look. It doesn't point to anything right now, but later we'll make this point to the sections that we'll add and make it look beautiful when we study CSS. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked the video, and I will see you in episode 4, where we'll be making more sections of that portfolio.